Tonight on a hard quiz, Jackie, physiotherapist, expert subject, Tudor monarchs. Therese, senior manager, expert subject, Adrian Mole. Charlie, retiree, expert subject, Vincent motorcycles. Owen, teacher, expert subject, Superman. Here's your host, Tom Gleeson.
Yes! Hello! How are you? I'm on BTN. Welcome to Hard Quiz. These contestants are bubble wrap. Last one to be popped will be tonight's Hard Quiz champion. To be part of the show at home, go to the ABC TV socials. Let's say hello. G'day, Owen.
Hi, Tom.
Now, you're really into Superman.
I am.
What do you prefer, the movies or the comic books?
Probably the comic books, but I'm happy with all of it.
OK. You like the comic books in particular?
I do like the comic books in particular.
How many do you have in your collection?
Probably 2,000, 2.5 maybe.
2,000. They would all fit into one PDF.
Good point.
You're covered head to toe in tattoos.
I am.
What short-term thinking was behind that?
It's a bad habit. Once you get started, it's hard to stop.
Yeah, so they're actually quite full on, yeah?
They are.
Can you give us a little sample?
Oh, where in particular would you like?
Pull your pants down. What do you think?
That's what I did for the audition, Tom.
Yeah, right. OK. Don't give away all our secrets. But where do you have them on your body?
Top right down to feet.
OK, and why?
Again, it's a bad habit. It's just enjoyable.
What do they mean anything?
No.
OK. Charlie.
Yes, Tom.
You're into the Vincent motorcycle.
Sad but true.
What is a Vincent motorcycle?
It's a machine better made than I am, older than I am, and you can get more parts for it.
When did you get that?
That was about 3 weeks ago. I was in Devonport waiting for a couple of pommies to catch up with me because they trusted GPS instead of using their brains.
Now, you know one of the original designers, is that right?
I knew him fairly well. He lived 3 miles from me, or 4-point-something kilometres from me, and I still see his widow quite often. Platonically, I might add.
In case anyone was worried. It's open season now, Charlie.
Indeed. I'm wearing my fishnet jockstrap too, so...
Do you have any tattoos?
Well, you'll be able to see shortly, Tom.
Now, you ran a post office.
That's right. I was a village idiot at Park Orchards for 20 years.
OK, so for our younger viewers, what's a post office?
It's a place where the locals go when there's a bee swarm, a missing child or a runaway horse.
Did you eat a few mushrooms before you came here, Charlie? So you're talking about Park Orchards?
Yes.
What's it like there?
Inbred, Tom.
Therese.
Yes, hello.
The character Adrian Mole is famously boring.
Yes.
Why the interest?
Well, I think there's a 13-year-old boy inside all of us, inspired by you, perhaps, Tom.
Do you still read the books now?
I do. They're my go-to book. They're comfort reading.
I read one of the first ones, but there's actually quite a few, isn't there? How many are there in the series?
There's 8 books in the series, so he ages from 13 right through to middle age.
You work in international development.
Yes.
Where do you do that?
So overseas aid projects. So we invest in a lot of education projects for people in Papua New Guinea, Pacific Island countries, Indonesia, etc.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good. It's great.
I heard it's rather dangerous.
It can be dangerous, but you just have to be careful.
OK, I'll take Charlie with me as a bodyguard. If there's any trouble, I'll just send him in front of me to baffle them. Jackie.
How are you, Tom?
I'm well, thank you. Now, Tudor monarchs is your subject.
Yes.
What do you like about that messed-up family?
Pretty much that we're a messed-up family. 3 generations of just craziness.
Yeah.
Henry's 8 wives and Virgin Queens and, yeah, Bloody Marys.
Have you ever been so horny you wanted to change your country's religion?
No,
No.
not at all.
Oh, I'm just saying that's Henry VIII did.
I should, you know, my husband's probably going to be upset by that, so I probably should take that back.
You're now a manual handling coordinator.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Means I teach people how to move people, not in a romantic or emotional sense, but literally physically moving people.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that's not particularly funny, but yeah, that's what I do.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And you do that at a hospital?
Yeah, I do.
So you teach other people how to move other people? Yeah. Okay, so could you help me get people off this show?
I can do my best.
Okay. Maybe we could carry them out together.
Yeah.
All right, let's play. Hard.
Expert round. Expert subject. Win or lose 5 points. Steal an answer, double points.
I'll ask each of you 5 questions on your expert subject. Right, you get 5 points. Wrong, I will take 5 points from you. The rest of you can steal at any time to get double points. Let's start with Jackie and her expert subject, Tudor monarchs. You're from Engadine, aren't you?
Yes.
Engadine, yeah?
Yeah.
Are the rumours true?
Yeah, we hope so.
Okay. You hope so. All right. You don't know what we're talking about, do you? No? Prime Minister's supposed to have shat himself at the Engadine Macca's.
As I said, we hope so.
Yeah. Is
It's a great story.
Yeah, it's true?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. Henry VII's royal badge depicts a crown hanging in a hawthorn bush, a reference to his 1485 triumph over Richard III in which battle? Jackie.
The Battle of Bosworth Field.
Correct! Henry VIII successfully annulled his marriage to his 4th wife, Anne of Cleves, after doctors testified he'd been unable to perform which marital duty? Jackie.
To consummate the marriage.
Correct! We also would have accepted root. At the age of 11, Edward VI was woken in his chambers during a kidnap attempt, which was foiled when guards were alerted by which of the king's companions? Time's up, his dog. Rather than let his violent half-sister Mary bring England back to Catholicism, a dying Edward VI left the throne to which Protestant relative? Therese for the steal.
Elizabeth I.
Incorrect. Jackie.
Lady Jane Grey.
Correct. Last question in your set, Jackie. The last of the Tudors was Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen, who had which American state named for her? For the steal, it's Owen.
Virginia.
Correct. Double point steal. Time now for Therese and Adrian Mole. You ready, Therese?
Yes,
You tried
ready.
to steal, didn't work out.
I know.
Are you gun shy? You're okay.
I'm okay. I've regrouped.
Okay, good. The Secret Diary of Adrian Mole, aged 13 3/4, starts with the neurotic teenager writing his New Year's resolutions, including I will stop squeezing my what? Therese.
Spots.
Correct. That answer could have been a lot worse. Before the first Adrian Mole book was issued in 1982, author Sue Townsend asked the publisher to remove what from the front cover? Time's up. Her name. Yeah, she didn't want her name on the front cover. She just wanted to be the diary of Adrian Mole. Because it was supposed to be a boy's diary, she didn't want to give away that it was actually written by a fully grown woman. In the second book, Adrian worries that he's too intellectual to pass his exams because his brain's overloaded with questions like, was God what? Time's up. Married. If you made the universe, why would you do that to yourself? Starting off in Thatcher's Britain, the series follows working-class Adrian's love for middle-class Pandora, who later becomes a cabinet minister in which Prime Minister's government? Therese.
Tony Blair.
Correct. Last question in your set, Therese. Breaking from the diary format, in 2017, Penguin Books published a collection of Adrian's attempt at which? Therese.
Poems. Poetry.
Correct. At which form of writing? Poetry is correct. Next set of questions is for Charlie on Vincent motorcycles. Founded by designer Phil Vincent in 1928 as Vincent HRD, the company later dropped the HRD to avoid confusion with what US motorcycle brand? For the steal, it's Jackie.
Harley Davidson.
Correct. Double points to you. Man, that was a dirtier move than Henry VIII's.
Yep.
Was that a guess?
Yeah.
All right, Charlie, hand on the buzzer. You ready? During World War II, Vincent paused motorcycle production to make military equipment, including an engine for what kind of rescue vessel? Charlie.
A marine lifeboat.
Correct. Yeah, the idea was planes could drop the boats over soldiers stranded at sea and they could power their way back to the shore. In 1948, a modified Vincent set the US land speed record, with rider Rolly Free streamlining himself by wearing what? Charlie.
Bathing trunks and plimsolls, nothing else.
Correct. There he is. That's actually how they used to film Superman. He actually did it in leathers, but it was creating too much drag, so he thought he just took them all off and got into his swimmers. Have you ever ridden your Vincent like that?
No, Tom.
Well, I guess you're a bit older. If you did that, it would create drag.
My navel starts to pucker when I reach too much speed.
Commenting on the Vincent Black Shadow, Gonzo journalist Hunter S. Thompson wrote, "If you rode it at top speed for any length of time, you would almost certainly what?" For the steal, it's Owen.
Die.
Correct. All right, last question in your set, Charlie. In 1963, Vincent designer Phil Irving was hired to build a championship-winning car engine for which Aussie F1 driver? Charlie.
Jack Brabham.
Correct. Phil Irving was a designer you knew, is that right? And you now know his widow.
Yes.
Last set in the expert round, it's Owen and Superman. Superman was first seen in 1938 on the cover of Action Comics #1, lifting what object over his head? Owen.
A DeSoto car.
Correct. Yeah, there he is, lifting up a whole car. He looks angry. He must be a cyclist. The 1941 cartoon, The Mechanical Monsters, marked the first time Clark Kent changed into Superman in what facility? Owen.
A telephone booth.
Correct. In the 1978 film starring Christopher Reeve, Superman travels backwards in time by what method? Owen.
He flies around the Earth backwards. Or he goes at the speed of light.
Correct. Rewritten to avoid conflict with the TV series Lois and Clark, a DC Comics storyline about Superman's wedding instead became what global news event? Owen.
Superman's death.
Correct. Last question in your set, Owen. Due to a scheduling conflict during reshoots of 2017's Justice League, Warner Brothers was forced to digitally remove what feature from Henry... Owen.
Moustache.
Correct. From Henry Cavill's face, his moustache was correct. 5 from 5! Yeah, he was shooting Mission Impossible and the studio wouldn't let him lose the moustache, so they had to get rid of it using CGI. The ABC's done the same thing to me. I actually have a full beard right now. We've waded through their subjects, now let's wade through mine.
Tom's round. Tom's subject, multiple choice.
This week I've been really getting into TV finales. I love TV finales because there's no better way to wrap up your favourite TV show than with a longer, more boring episode than usual. This round is multiple choice. Select your answers on your screen, then press the buzzer to lock in the answer. In the series finale of 2.5 Men, Charlie Sheen's character meets what fate? A, arrested by the FBI. B, hit by a train. C, attacked by a bear. D, crushed by a piano. The answer is D, crushed by a piano. It's originally how I wanted to get rid of contestants on this show. In 1983, a record-setting 106 million Americans watched the movie-length series finale of MASH, which had what title? A, One for the Road, B, Last One Out of Korea, Turn Off the Lights, C, Goodbye, Farewell and Amen, D, War is Heck. The answer is C, Goodbye, Farewell and Amen. The twist in St. Elsewhere's finale led to a fan theory that more than 400 TV shows, including Seinfeld and Breaking Bad, exist inside what? A, a photo album, B, a snow dome, C, a colouring book, D, a sock drawer. The answer is B, a snow dome. In the series finale of Downton Abbey, Lady Edith manages to outrank her elder sister, Lady Mary, by marrying a man with what title? A, Earl, B, Duke, C, Viscount, D, Marquis. The answer is D, Marquis. Ooh, who's going to go? Last question in my round's worth double points. In 1992, then Channel 9 owner Kerry Packer ordered which show off the air midway through its premiere? A, Australia's Naughtiest Home Videos, B, Blankety Blanks, C, Australia's Dumbest Rich People, D, Top 10 Topless Beaches, E, Number 96 Revisited, F, Agro's Adults Only. The answer is A, Australia's Naughtiest Home Videos. At the end of my round, Charlie, you're at the bottom on 0. Get over here. All right, Charlie, what happened?
My brain leaked.
All right. Out! See you later, Charlie. Wives at the front, it's the people's round.
The people's round against the clock.